David bleepin' Bailey. That's it. Let's go. Boy Green Daily starts now.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? My fellow Jet fans, I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. We're streaming live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Boy Green 25. Branding, baby. Make it real easy for you to find me. And also on the audio-only version of this podcast, which is available via the Believe Network, B-L-E-A-V, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, you name it, we are here, and we are recapping the latest New York Jets training camp practice. 2 of them are in the books. The Jets have a day off today, and then tomorrow's training camp practice is open to the public. The only one that is open to the public, that is Saturday, August 1st. That is what the hell is going on, people, and I see some activity in the comment section, so let's get there. Let's freaking go. I see Jared B. has gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership here on YouTube. Let's ride. Hit those chimes, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what we love to see. That membership went to CT Jets fan. You're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Great to see you, pal. And welcome to the show. Thank you, Jared B. By the way, folks, today is your final day for raffle tickets. We'll be promoting that throughout the program, so make sure you get those in, whether it's through Super Chats or Venmo or PayPal. As a matter of fact, I'll just do it at the beginning of the show because, like I said, today is your final day of July and the final day of this raffle. We'll be drawing this winner on Sunday, August 2nd. The only reason we're not drawing it tomorrow is because Boy Green's going to training camp, baby. Booyah! Oh, yeah. Boy Green's going to training camp. I'm heading up to the New Jersey area later this afternoon. We'll have a Boy Green Daily show. Remember, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Tomorrow starts a new era of Boy Green Daily every day at 7 a.m. Eastern time, starting August 1st and moving permanently forward until some other new seismic life event happens. But the 7:30 era was awesome. I guess this is our final 7:30 show. It was cool, and thank you to so many Jet fans that have been consuming the show the last 3-4 years or so. It's been a real treat. So I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, tomorrow, make sure you set your calendars and clocks appropriately. A 7 a.m. Eastern time Boy Green Daily will hit you right in the face. There you go. And Boy Green, again, is heading to old training camp, baby. Can't wait. I'll be there. Record Sports, Lou B, the whole crew. And then after the event, the Asmaniac Jets training camp meetup at the Cloverleaf Tavern in Caldwell, New Jersey, August 1st. The practice starts at 8:30, ends about 10:30, takes about 30 minutes or so to get over there. You can do some autographs, things of that nature, then head on over. The party's going to be like somewhere in the ballpark of 11-ish to 3-ish. So I hear a lot of cool Jets people are going to be there. I'll be there. Can't wait with Court Sports. That'll be a lot of fun. So that is coming up here in the near future. Manana, as a matter of fact. But yes, one quick plug for this, and then we'll get into all the David Bailey action here on the show. Raffle tickets on this channel for this final day of raffles is $25 a pop. You will have an opportunity on Sunday, August 2nd, to win 2 tickets to Section 118, the Jets-Browns game of Week 5, Sunday, October 11th. 2 field access tickets where you're on the field before the game, and 2 full tailgate passes. That is professionally catered food and drinks, non-alcoholic water Gatorades, before the game in the parking lot. And that is a $600 plus value, but you have a chance to take you and a friend to an NFL game for $25. You can't beat that, baby. You can't beat that. So make sure you guys take full advantage right then and there. Today's the final day for your raffle tickets. And before I can talk about the latest happenings in training camp, there is a man that I met at the Gangrene Beach Club. His reputation certainly precedes him, and he is a straw that stirs the drink at uSTADIUM. He is a key cog in the Gangs All Year podcast with Brian Costello of the New York Post, Ryan Sampson, and now for the very first time, let's pop his Boy Green Daily Cherry. It's Frankie V, baby. What's up, Frankie?
Boy Green, my man. It's a pleasure. I love these early shows, by the way. I'm usually a 3 to 4 p.m. get on a show kind of guy, but I think the morning's the way to go. I like this. Get your day started. You can get it in. You could do some promos after. I like it. Good stuff. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, man. So great. All right. It sounds like, we'll see how this car drives, but perhaps this is a trip we can make a handful of times, Mr. Frankie V. And what better time to bring you on the show? Your moment of glory. Yesterday, David Bailey goes freaking nuts. I'm seeing the words from the beat reporters: unblockable, unstoppable, dominant, elite. The real deal. Brian Costello was on, of course, with Jake Asman yesterday on ESPN New York. That's a term he used frequently during that conversation. Is this validation, Frankie V, after all the draft mumbo jumbo to see a performance like this? I get it. The pads aren't on. That comes on Monday. But did this feel right, Frankie V?
Listen, to a degree, yes. But let's be honest here. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself as much as I'd love to. Sure. It's still no pads. Boy Green, it's still the second day of practice. There's a long way to go. The one thing I will say, however, that first step that I saw on tape, that was just special. The fact that when the ball is snapped, David Bailey has this anticipation getting off the ball, that he is sometimes a foot or a yard and a half in the backfield before these tackles are even setting, and his speed speaks for itself. 4.4 guy, 4.49 guy. He said he should have ran in the 4.4s, ran a 4.5 at the combine. Regardless, that's it's just different. I've looked at tape. I'm a big defensive lineman guy. I used to play at a small school, same area code as you, by the way. So I was at Colgate, the 315.
Colgate. Okay.
Yeah. That was my spot, man. Yeah. So I used to play a little DN back in the day. I didn't really turn out so well at Colgate. I had some other issues going on. But I love DNs. So I'm a big DN guy. I love looking at DNs. I love looking at defensive tackles, 3 techs. He just was different, man. We're talking about going back to December now, looking at him on tape, and I'm like, this guy's phenomenal. That first step is just so different. You know how it is in the NFL. Yeah, he may not have the best bend, and he doesn't. He may not, be doing things that Von Miller does or Myles Garrett, but I think his first step's better than all those guys, and I think he has one of the best first steps. And I think yesterday was a bit validation as to what I was seeing since December in regards to just how explosive he is off the ball and how much anticipation he has. The other thing with David Bailey is he's the type of guy that loves football, and he doesn't have social media, really. You don't see him posting out there. The guy always goes a million miles an hour. He has a motor that doesn't stop. And I just think at the end of the day, at the minimum, the floor, when you're talking about his play style and how he thinks about the game, boy, he's going to get, 7, 8, 9 sacks a season, I think. And that's the floor to me. I just think we really got someone as a rusher that we'll be happy with. We've been looking for one for how long? A consistent one. You might put Will McDonald in that regard, but
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's hit or miss. I think this guy's gonna be hitting more often than missing for sure.
Yeah, as I'm racking it up in my brain, I guess John Abraham in the early 2000s would probably be, there was flashes of some Sean Ellis love, of course. But yeah, John is probably the guy. If I had to put my marker on somebody, it'd probably be him. So let me ask you, Frankie V, first off, let's give a shout out to Jake Asman. Jake Asman's in the chat. To Jake gosh darn Asman. There you go. Every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna. Go ahead, Zozo.
Wow.
And Jake says, "Put the Bailey jersey on, Frankie, you sick bastard." Love it, Jake. Beautiful.
I need
And
to
hey,
wash
you're
it, Jake. I've been wearing it too long. It's gotta be washed
okay.
eventually.
That's proper. That's proper. You have to get that in. And shout out to Jake. That's what brought these two parties together. I met Frankie V at Gangrene Beach Club. So thank you, Jake, for that outstanding event. That was beautiful. So, Frankie, are you like the bouncer at the front of the Bailey Boys Club? And then you get to are you letting more people in? Is it too late? Sorry, you should have been on the bandwagon. It's too late. You can't get in now. What's sort of your status as the gatekeeper of sorts of the Bailey Boys fan club?
I'll say this. I took a lot of crap.
I saw that.
A lot of crap for 4 or 5 months. Things were said to me personally that I was asking myself, I prefer David Bailey over Arvell Reese. Why are you talking about the way that I look or where I'm from? What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Whoa, aggressive.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, relax there. Like, this is not a personal debate. You want to talk about the gap in my tooth or my face? Like, well, let's talk about that another time. We're talking about football here. But listen, man, I'm not petty. It's probably the best trait about me. I'm not like a petty type. I'm gonna go back and say, oh, I told you so. You were wrong. Like, screw you. I'm gonna come back at you. Listen, we drafted him. People wanted Arvell Reese. People wanted Sonny Styles. Some of the people wanted Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, sure.
It is what it is. No, I might gatekeep a few people. There's a few.
I was just about to say, Frankie, I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest because honesty is key in any relationship here, Frankie. How many bookmark tweets do you have? Have you went, you saw that in January? February,
I have bookmarked people, Boy Greens. Okay. I got a few people that I've bookmarked.
Okay.
I may disclose that at a point. I'm kind of waiting for them to come on the bandwagon a bit, but there's a few bookmarked people, not really tweets, because
okay.
I would have taken too long, honestly.
That's probably true. You had too much material, I believe. Too much material here. So what is so again, this happens in a non-padded practice, but to me, I think there's things you could take from a non-padded practice that are very interesting, but obviously it reaches a new level on Monday. And Aaron Glenn was quite frankly giddy at the like, oh, I can't wait till we're slapping on the pads. And now we're really getting these battles. I don't know if you're an iron sharpens iron guy with Armand Membu and Olumui Wafashanu. Like, that's to me intriguing because both of those guys should be getting better. But what new level is about to hit us on Monday in terms of test, in terms of challenge for Bailey when he starts getting against these guys with pads?
Listen, man, David Bailey has been an elite pass rusher now for 2.5 years. I mean, I'm looking at him at Stanford. His moves, they're going to work in the NFL. Texas Tech, 2 years. He was the best pass rusher in college football for 2 years. His pressure rates, his sack numbers, 14.5 sacks. His pressures are right up there with some of the top guys that are in the NFL when they were in college. Boy, Green, I think he's going to come in, and I think people are going to start questioning Olu and Armand Membu. That's how good I think he's going to be. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on there? I think they're going to have trouble blocking those guys, blocking Bailey. They're also young. Armand Membu's in his second year. Olu's what, year 4, year 3?
Yeah, he is heading into year 3 this year.
Year 3, yeah. So they're young also. I mean, it's not like Bailey's a little bit older as well. Bailey's been around for a bit. So those guys are only a few years older than him. So they're going to help each other out. I think they're going to get better. And that's a kind of rusher. Like you were just saying, I totally agree with iron sharpening iron. Those guys, when they get to week 1, and that sorry ass Titans offensive line, those guys on the outside are gonna be a little little happier or have a bit of grin on their face when they're going up against those tackles versus what they had to deal with all summer. Vice versa, I think Olu and Armand, when they're gonna see the Titans edge guys, they see our best friend Jermaine Johnson out there, they're gonna say, oh, that Bailey guy was just a tad bit better. That Will McDonald just a bit better. So I think this is gonna be a good thing. I think this team's needed that. I've always felt like when one group has been strong, the other group has been terrible here, vice versa. I think we have 2 really solid groups. We have a really solid tackle base, and we have a very good edge base, I think, too. So like that's what we need, man. That's what practice is for,
It is. That was going to be my question because that often comes up, right? So you see training camp, an offense dominates a defense or the defense dominates the offense. You just in a vacuum say, man, this is phenomenal. The offense was awesome or the defense was awesome. But there's some fans that go, now wait just a second. Or is our offense awesome, or does our defense suck? Does our defense suck, or our offense is awesome? So, like, if David Bailey keeps racking up 3, 4, 5 sacks a day, there's going to be a lot of excitement. But then there's going to be a few people going, "Now wait just a gosh, no, just wait just a gosh darn minute here. Does that mean Olu had a drop off? Did Armand do this?" So you're saying we should, if Bailey continues to dominate throughout preseasons and joint practices and all that stuff. Well, joint practice, I guess, a different example because you're going against someone else. But if in our own green on white action happening here during the offseason, if David Bailey continues to dominate, we shouldn't take that as some diss for the offensive line. That's just a plus for Bailey.
Well, listen, I think, in my opinion, I think Armand Membu is going to be a fine right tackle.
Okay.
I don't have many reservations there. Specifically him. Like, if Bailey keeps beating Armand Membu, I'm not going to tell myself I'm not really worried about Armand.
Okay.
Olu's another story. I like Olu. I've liked him. I know Nick from uSTADIUM. We used to go back and forth about he was an alt guy. I was an Olu guy. He probably is right at this point.
Oh, I love alt. Yeah.
I was more on the Olu train there. I thought he was a better pass blocker. We'll see. So Olu's someone I don't like that he looks as thin as he does. I kind of wanted him to get a little heavier, I guess. But hey, teach their own. Everybody type's different. So Olu's the guy that I'm really looking at, and those guards, because you're going to see Bailey rushing from the inside as well. Titman mentioned, right, how he's what did he say? He's a pest.
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass. There we go. Yeah. I mean, that's the best compliment you can give to an edge rush. When you're a pain in the ass, that they make you work. The last thing an offensive lineman, when they said they want to get their hands on you and it's over, they don't want to keep working, and they're lazy. They're offensive linemen, man. They want to chill. They're big boys. They want to sit down and eat barbecue wings.
True.
So that's the thing. I mean, he's going to test Olu. I'm curious to see how that works, and then or what happens there, because again, your left tackle's got to be your best pass blocker to a degree, so that he'll be challenged. The strength variable will come into effect there, because thing with David Bailey is a lot of people take his speed as in he's a speed rusher without the strength variable. No, Bailey is extremely strong. Guy squats over 550 pounds in college, over a 405 bench press. This is not Will McDonald here. You're talking like guy's a freakish athlete. So Olu, I'm curious, when you get that speed to power with Bailey, looking as thin as you are, how do you look out there? So I'm looking at that Olu thing, and how do those guards hold up? Because I'm still a little concerned, Boy Green. I think the one thing I'm excited about the offensive line, but the left guard, Parham, Myers, although Myers and Bailey won't be going up against each other, but I want to see those guys and how they perform. And they'll be doing stunts, man. You'll see Bailey, going into, B gap and having Parham block him. Let's see how that looks.
For sure. Jake Asman jumps back in. Perhaps a beautiful surprise? Frankie, do you want a training camp ticket tomorrow to watch David Bailey with us? Let me know, you sick bastard.
Jake, I will be texting you in a bit about that. We will see. There
okay. I might be seeing Frankie V tomorrow. Okay, great.
They're doing they have an event too. He was saying right at Chef Kevin's. Are you going tomorrow?
Yes, I am. So let me throw that up here on the board. We absolutely do. Here it is. Jake, I'll hide your comment here. Yes, the event tomorrow is Maniac Jets training camp meetup. Again, in theory, you guys get to go to practice, and as soon as practice is over, you can come on over. It's going to be from around 11 to 3. If you can't go to training camp because tickets were super limited, you can still, of course, come to the event. So that's a Cloverleaf Tavern over in Caldwell, New Jersey. So so Frankie may be coming over, huh?
It's let's see because tomorrow I'm supposed to be somewhere else, but I could potentially move something around.
Ooh, all right, that would be great.
We'll see if I can. It's a family thing, but I don't know what time I have to be there, so let me check tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can work on that going on there. Again, it's Paul Esden Jr., aka Boy Green, and Frankie V. This pairing happened at the Gang Green Beach Club, which was awesome. It was super cool to me, and I would have told you this off there, I'll tell you on air. My favorite part of doing these kind of events is networking and being other people that have a similar passion for all things New York Jets, so we could connect the dots here at these events and get to do stuff together. So this is amazing. So excellent, and thank you so much, Frankie V, for popping on here on the program. Gangs on Your podcast. Brian Costello, Ryan Sampson, Frankie V, uSTADIUM, of course. Now, let me ask you this, Frankie V, okay? How many moves does David Bailey have in the bag? Because you mentioned my locality here, my location, Syracuse guy. I remember Dwight Freeney coming out in the 90s and having the 6 spin move that made a beautiful transition. And then he got a partner in Robert Mathis in Indianapolis, and they just wreaked havoc all over the place forever there with the Colts. So I ask you this on Bailey for people that maybe just, oh, cool, Bailey's a number 2 overall pick, and they're just seeing him for the first time here on the Jets. How many moves does he have in his bag? What is in David Bailey's arsenal? Does he have a variety package?
So he has 2 that I'm a big fan of, right? So he's got your boy Dwight Freeney spin move, not quite as compact and tight as Dwight Freeney's spin move. So I'm not going to go there, but he does have a lethal spin move that he plays off his speed to power or just his pure speed rush. Tackles oversetting on that speed rush due to that first step being as good as it is. He can go right underneath with that spin move. I do love his chop club, the way that he can club, because the thing that sets up his secondary move is strictly off of mostly that get off and that speed rush. Tackles are oversetting, or they're trying to set too fast and they're a little bit off balance, and he leverages that consistently. So you'll see that speed to power. You'll see that swim. That spin on the inside, and then you'll see that club when a tackle's offsetting. And he's done that on tape over and over again. Those are basically his 3 primary moves that he does.
Do you think teams are going to respect him immediately? So Tennessee Titans are like, holy crap, this is David Bailey over here, and that they're going to game plan for him the same way you would any really talented star pass rusher? Or are they going to make, they being the Titans and other teams, are going to make him prove it? And then let's say against the Titans, he has 2 or 3 sacks. You're like, oh my goodness, now we got to get serious about it. Do you think he commands that respect immediately as a rookie, or is that going to take time for people to respect that? And thus there could be a ripple effect after. Because if David Bailey dominates, the Titans didn't do anything special to try to block him, then when teams are going to have to focus on him, that should in theory open up other opportunities for other guys to eat on the defensive line.
That quote that Joe Tippmann had, that he's a pain in the ass, that's going to travel like wildfire amongst the NFL offensive lineman circles. You're going to have one guy say it, another guy say it. They're going to know it. And eventually the whole league's going to know that this guy is just a beast and we have to be on our A game. Again, I was talking with actually Will Parkinson last night about
Will Pop, sure.
Yeah. And he was a big Bailey fan. And then he kind of he was someone that was on the bandwagon. Him and Nick were the first 2 I remember talking about David Bailey. And then and Will jumps off for Arvell Reese. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's here. Like wait, just wait a bit. But no, Will was a big Bailey. Will, I remember posting stuff on Twitter before I had even watched tape, I'll be honest. But it's gonna travel. And Boy Green, I don't know if it's gonna be, first quarter, first snap. They're going to be, keying in. But I think by halftime, those offensive linemen are going to say, and that offensive line coach, that OC is going to be like, damn, we got to either shift some things towards Bailey. We have to double, team Bailey. We have to get a tight end to chip him. You're going to see that. And it's happened to him throughout his career. What does that do now when you have a tight end chipping, or you have to double him, or you have to have, a guard just stay in that gap, just waiting in case he does, have that spin move on the inside? That opens things up for everybody else. This guy is going to allow us the flexibility for the other D tackles on that front line to get to the quarterback. And also, man, let's bring in a new, New York Sack Exchange. Bring in a New York Sack Exchange 2.0. Start building towards that. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. Oh, yeah.
Living on a prayer. Yeah, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
We have the edge guys. Let's see. Maybe Juwan Briggs is the 3rd, and let's see who can become the 4th in that. I really think, defensive line play, to me, especially in New York, it's cold. It's got to run the ball. You got to stop the run. Let's start building a beast defensive line. Let's see what the Giants did when they were winning. Maybe this is Michael Strahan.
Yeah, give me some OC Umanure action. Justin Tuck, sure, they came in waves. Absolutely. Oh, no, not at all. So, yeah, baby, give me that all day long, and I would love it. And by the way, we've got some raffle tickets flowing from the audience, which is great. Some questions for Frankie V. You guys can send in your super chat questions, and we'll get to them here on the program. Let's get to it here. I see Cisco Lopez with a $10 super chat. Beautiful, Zaraya Luna. Let's hit it right now. Yes.
Wow.
All right. Frankie V is president of Bailey Bros Incorporated. What is your prediction on David Bailey total number of sacks for 2026?
10.5.
10.5. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You going over or under that total?
The same as James Pierce had last
Oh,
year.
hey. Okay. Which hopefully
There you
less of the off-field issues, preferably. But
Yes.
yeah,
Maybe not
it's
the best name to compare there, but I'm gonna go 10.5. I'm
okay.
over 9. I know
Jake's
at Prize Picks had what 5.75.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Prize Picks doesn't allow me on their platform for some odd reason.
That's an odd coincidence, but you could have made some serious moolah bets. Okay, I love that 10.5. That would be phenomenal. Please, let's make that happen out in the audience. Thank you, Cisco. By the way, you have 3 raffle tickets to our contest now, so thank you very much, and good luck for the drawing coming up on Sunday. Come on, this guy, Lou B, Super Jets fan, a key architect, of course, in Gangrene Beach Club.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Lou B. Frankie's takes stink as much as he did in Gangrene Lobby.
Wow.
Just kidding. Frankie will never be forgiven for saying price over love. Come to camp tomorrow. You said Jadarian, which, by the way, I'm a huge Notre Dame guy. We got the Notre Dame helmet back here. I'm a Golden Domer, and I loved going to South Bend. It was last year or the year before. Oh, it was last year, of course. And I went with my old man, Notre Dame fans, and going there for the first time. The majesty, the pageantry. Oh, it was beautiful. But you said Jadarian Price over Jeremiah Love?
All right, so let's put a little context on this.
Sure, yeah, that's important. Yeah.
First set of draft rankings, I had Jadarian Price as my RB1. Wow. I was stunned at his tape, man, and I still am. I still think he's up there. Love, I thought, was a little bit too much of an do everything back. Price, I saw as that's RB1 workhorse kind of guy. But no, but by the end, when I had my final rankings, if that means anything, I had Love as RB1, but I didn't have Price, that far back from him. I mean, he was a first rounder, wasn't he? I mean,
he was absolutely.
I love Price. I love Price. Notre Dame, those guys were as good as you're gonna get. I mean.
That's never happened before in history, by the way, folks, that the first 2 running backs taken in a draft came from the same school.
Really?
And for both of them to be first rounders. Yep. That is NFL history, my friend. There you have it. By the way, are you a peer pressure guy? Can Lou B's trying to peer pressure you to come to camp tomorrow? Can you be peer pressure?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm a big peer pressure guy sometimes.
Okay.
Let me if I can go, I'll go for sure. I got back from Italy. I'm supposed to go to a family event.
Yes.
In Wappinger Falls. Let me see what time that starts. If I can go later, that's the only thing. I'll be.
By the way, it makes sense that Frankie V is a peer pressure guy. He's a pass rusher guy, so of course he would be in for pressure. That makes plenty of sense. So I appreciate that, Lou B, Super Jets fan. By the way, we skipped over that news. You went to Italy, which is what we talked about when I was connecting with a bunch of people. I said, "Oh man, we got to make the podcast happen." And a lot of people said, "Sure, yeah, we'll connect after this." But you had an Italian trip, an Italy trip. What the hell happened over there, man?
Man, listen, man, Italy's a phenomenal place. It's, you're having 5 or 6 espressos a day. I average 2 here, maybe 2.5, 3, 2.5, meaning I'll have 2 or 3. There you have like 6 or 7 a day. Oh, you eat well, man. You feel good. You can, Boy Green, I had 3 plates of pasta and I didn't feel like I was heavy. It's not you ate the food there is just different. The quality, the people are very nice. Problem with Italy is it's everyone's they close down at 1:00 and they don't reopen until 4. So it's not like here that everyone's always working. So tough to build a living there. But maybe we work a little bit too much on this side of the continent. So yeah.
Was that your first time in Italy?
No, I have family there. I've been going to Italy my whole life. So my dad and mother are both born in Italy. So yeah, I used to go every other year. I've been to Italy I don't know, over 20 times. Calabria. So Calabria I go is the southernmost region of Italy. It's like the Georgia of Italy. People don't really go to Calabria usually. It's like the one region that is like the least traveled, but it's one of the most beautiful spots in Italy. It's a little bit deserted. It's not a very wealthy area. There's a few cities, but that's about it. But yeah, my family, my dad's side's from there. So yeah, went to see my Gma. She's doing all right. You know, it was her 96th birthday. So yeah, hung out with some people in the local
Congratulations to her.
We watched the World Cup final that they put like this huge big screen. They had these speakers. We were drinking spritzes, some coffee mixed in, a little panini. It was a good time.
Ooh, okay, it sounds like it. All right, I need to check off. I have a passport, so I can leave the country. I just haven't yet. I've only had it because I've been applying to all these game shows. I almost made a game show in the United Kingdom, so like I had to have a passport ready to be on this game show that happened a couple of months ago. So maybe one day I'll check that off the bucket list here, Frankie V. A couple of other Jets topics here. What do you make about all the Robert Saleh stuff? Shout out to Jake Asman. He's the ultimate pot stirrer. Fireman Ed comes on his show, says, I heard Saleh said to my buddy that, hey, you want to kick the Jets' ass. And then it works its way to the Tennessee Titans press conference, and Saleh's asked about it. Hey, did you say you wanted to kick the Jets' ass? And then he didn't deny it, and it just went like, isn't that the goal? Don't we all want to kick each other's ass? But I thought it was interesting. They was talking some shit, apparently, at the American Century Championship to some random Jet fans. What do you make of all this? Is this something? Is this nothing? Is it what is this?
Listen, you know what? I think it's motivation for our guys. I don't know what is Robert Saleh's what's his resentments with the New York Jets. I think he's still getting a paycheck, by the way, from he is. He's still getting paid from the Jets. Listen, I don't want to call him a fake tough guy, because a real tough guy, if he was anything like a Bill Parcells or Rex Ryan, when he was asked that, did you say that? You're like, yeah. And we're gonna kick their ass. I mean, that's something, right? I mean, like you.
Right, he got all cute about it because, like, he didn't deny. He just went, "Well, I don't know. I talked to a lot of people over there." I'm like, "Come on, dude. Like, come on. Either flat out deny it, say I didn't say that. I have no idea where that came from, or take it to skirt the line." I'm like, "Come on, man."
You ever see that meme with the guy? You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. That's for Robert Saleh. Listen, we better win week 1. I mean, I'm just saying. If any game on that freaking schedule you want to win, if you could pick one, it's week 1. So, Robert Saleh. You know what? And I posted we posted on uSTADIUM we were in training camp heaven 3 years ago with the Rodgers and Ed Sheeran song Shivers.
Shivers, right?
The 1 week link in that whole video was freaking stupid Robert Saleh. Like, if you could do that whole thing over again, like I want to make an AI video and like switch Saleh with like Rex or like Parcells or somebody else. Damn, he even put Adam Gase in there. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I might have preferred it. But Saleh here, he ran a good defense, didn't really run anything else well, and how long was he here for? He had his time. I mean,
4.5 years.
Yeah, almost 5 years. So
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, move on. I'm totally cool with that. I saw some fans talking about it before the show started. It's cool that there's such a community, that the show's been on every day at 7:30 for like a bunch of years, and people are just waiting in the comments talking to each other before the show starts. I saw one of the topics. I'm seeing you guys out there. One of the topics they brought up is this Baker Mayfield thing. And that if he did not get a contract extension with the Bucs, then he, like, all hellfire. He's playing this year. He's not signing an extension, and thus he has a path to free agency next year. The Buccaneers could franchise tag him, but it looks complicated with their cap situation. They may not be able to, which is something Baker Mayfield hinted at. I know everyone's talking about the draft. Me too. In a perfect world, the Jets draft whoever the quarterback is. I'm a Notre Dame guy, so give me some CJ Carr action. But whoever your quarterback is of choice in the 2027 NFL draft, and let's go. And he's your guy, hopefully, for the next 15, 20 years. But would you be open to the idea of, like, whatever happens with the draft, the Jets pick wherever, but they go Baker Mayfield in free agency and say, hey, let's just get a guy right now with our offensive line, these weapons. This Ferrari is ready to drive. We just need a driver. Baker Mayfield, you're hired. You're the driver. I saw the fans have been intrigued with that in the comment section. Are you intrigued by a potential Baker Mayfield Jets pairing in free agency in 2027?
Short answer, no, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not. No, and listen, it's not anything to do with Baker's game per se. I just think you want a young quarterback to grow and build with this team. Baker he'd be a fine player here. We know what he can do. He slings it. He's a baller to a degree, but I just think you want someone young that's going to grow with these guys. It's going to learn and go through the trenches. The last thing you want is a quarterback, Boy Green, on a 2-year deal or 3-year deal with an opt after 2, and then they may be here, they may not. They may want an extension. You're going to have to pay him a lot of money too. It's going to tie up a lot of money at that spot versus a rookie deal. Listen, if it's our only option and this team, has all the pieces and we're, we got shit out of luck with this quarterback class, which I don't really know how, considering the amount of options you have,
right?
In this class, you have literally almost, 15 guys that coming into the college season, you can make an argument are going to be a top 15 pick. So, yeah, but Baker, man, listen, I like his game, but I don't love the thought of Baker here. The media, I think, also Baker's a little bit feisty. It could go well, it could go badly. So I'm not as intrigued with the whole Baker thing, but I don't know what Tampa's doing. I feel like he's only 31. Also, I thought he was a little bit older, so he's got he's got another 5 years in him. So, but I think his team's got to go in a young direction. The whole roster's so young, man.
Yeah. It very much is. People have been saying in the comment section, I don't know if you've been seeing this, Frankie V, not just in the comment section here, but on social media in a general sense, that you have the Midas touch. After your take on David Bailey has clearly come true, and he's going to be one of the greatest pass rushers to ever grace planet Earth. And some people say whatever player that you say the Jets should draft are immediately going to turn into a superstar. So, Frankie V, I'll allow you right now, well ahead of time here on July 31st, who is your quarterback of choice? You just mentioned there's a lot of fruit on the tree. Some are CJ Carr people, some are Arch Manning people, some are Dante Moore people. Who is the quarterback that the Jets should want from this bountiful tree with all these fruits everywhere? What's the one? What's the one ripe orange that you think the Jets should plunk their teeth into?
All right, I'm not going to go with Arch Manning.
Okay.
I'm not, because, that's just kind of boring.
Sure.
Let me, how about some Sam Levitt? Let me fancy you in a little bit of Sam Levitt, because let's say the Jets, Sam Levitt, I think, does everything you want on a football field, specifically with his legs. He's extremely athletic. I think if you get a quarterback coach that can work with him and someone that can build within a system, I love how he slings it. So let's look at Sam Levitt this year. I'm kind of eyeing him, because if you go down the list, like Julian saying, size is going to be an issue with him. Lenoris Sellers has to put it all together. Dante Moore, some of the stuff I was hearing about him, specifically wanting to come here, I don't really like. So, CJ Carr is interesting. I haven't done enough on him yet. I like Levitt, though. I'm a big Sam Levitt guy. So let's circle Sam Levitt. But hey, for all intents and purposes, man, if Arch Manning can end up coming to New York, do what his brother did with the Giants, or his brother, his uncle, that would be that'd be a cool story, wouldn't it? I think Arch has to put a season together, though. So
it was a pocket to me. We also week 1 against Ohio State. Like, that was a challenge and opportunity, and then people sort of had a judgment, and then the season was sort of plodding along, and then boom, there was some moments you're like, whoa, because and this is totally not fair at all. But people see Arch Manning's wheels on whatever that 60-yard run was, whether that was in the bowl game, one of the final games of the year, and they're like, wow, Peyton Manning, but wheels. Yeah. He's the guy. and people are losing their crap. So, no, I want to see, there was a cool pocket of time for however many games it was. But, now with expectations and leading into a season, I want to – that's why this college football season is so important. Dante Moore wants to go back for his doctorate at Oregon. Okay, pal, let's see it on the field. Arch Manning, okay, let's see it on the field for all these guys. And plus, you mentioned that there's 10 or 15 guys, and there is. Every time we have this conversation, I feel like I forget names. And then there's Joe Burrow, and then there's Fernando Mendoza, the guy we're not talking about at all, that suddenly also jumps into that conversation. So there should be an unbelievable amount of names that the Jets should be able to find someone, for the love of God, in the 2027 draft.
Yeah, and the thing with Arch Manning is, Arch Manning, to me, out of all the quarterbacks, he's the best body of work. But he's going to need a lot of work also, because last year you were seeing his mechanics were all over the place. He's throwing off his wrong foot. He's sidearming things. He's trying to, throw into windows that are not there. He's got to calm down a little bit. He's got to take a step back. He's got to go into his mechanics. similarly to what Josh Allen had to deal with when he got into the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He had a private quarterback coach that reworked everything. I think Arch has to, from now until he gets drafted or year 2 in his NFL journey, I think he's got to work on a lot of things. But you're talking the one guy out of all these guys we're talking about who is 6'4", who does move the way he does, who does have the arm talent that Arch does. There's nobody in this class that checks off all those boxes. So I think Arch here, given our window, if you do bring in or we keep Geno for another year, which I don't think they will, but or you have a veteran next year for another year that kind of hands the reins over to someone like Arch, I would like that. I really would. Someone brought up, I'm looking at the chat on Mensa. Mensa's interesting. Mensa's going to have a big year, so he's another quarterback that I like. Mensa to me is not like a top 10 kind of guy, though, And then I did like Trinidad Chambliss a bunch, too.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind next year if they do sort of like an RG3 Kirk Cousins kind of deal where they take a quarterback early and then they get someone in the 3rd or 4th, like Trinidad Chambliss, who I don't, if he has the year that he had last year, he won't be going that late, but bring him in next year.
What about Drew Mestamaker? I see NY Jets fandoms bringing that. Frankie V, thoughts on Drew Mestamaker?
I like Drew Mestamaker. I do. I just don't know if he's going to be able in one season to put it all together. I mean, this guy hasn't really played against quality competition coming from North Texas in a bit. So, this year we'll see. I mean, this is a big year for him to kind of show, case his talent. So, but out of all these guys, I mean, he does check off all the boxes when you're talking about size, arm strength. He's another guy who's 6'4". So we'll see what Drew Mestamaker does now that he's at Oklahoma State. He'll have the chance to really showcase his talent. He is someone that I do like, though. I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of his.
No, I haven't seen
passes. I was gonna say balls. That would have been a pause moment. Some of his passes. He's throwing dimes all over the place. So I was looking at something yesterday, just a random thought. They were showing videos about Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza and their throwing style. Cousins does something that's interesting. They call it layered passing. So when you're throwing an out, instead of throwing it that the ball's on a trajectory of being sort of like a direct trajectory where linebacker can get their hands up or someone can jump it. Kirk Cousins does something very interesting where it's layering over. So it's dropping over the defensive player where you see Mendoza's not doing that. And that's the advantage of having someone like Kirk Cousins kind of teaching you how to do that. Mestamaker, I was looking at his tape. Everything's layered. I mean, that guy, boom, boom, boom. I mean, he's like, it's like a rocket launcher. So, he's interesting. Yeah. You know what? We'll have a lot clearer of a picture with this quarterback class come Thanksgiving or maybe even earlier, like who's separating themselves, because I'm telling you what we're talking about now. There's going to be a few guys jumping into this conversation that we're not even talking about. And a few of these guys are going to just drop completely out. So
let's talk about the quarterback that's on the roster then, and Cade Klubnik.
Yeah.
A lot of fans have a lot of varying opinions on him, but I saw this from Tiki Barber. We were talking about OCU Manure, Justin Tuck, and that team earlier. Tiki Barber on that roster. What he said, and I had not heard this till I saw this, but Tiki Barber believes right now we have a competition for QB2. Bailey Zappi, Cade Klubnik, Brady Cook. But he says, nah. We should be having a quarterback competition for QB1. And that Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik should be battling against one another. I heard that on the radio this week. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And basically saying that it should be a meritocracy. Everyone should have an opportunity at every position, competition everywhere.
All right. So I actually do agree. I agree wholeheartedly. That's one of the best rants Tiki's ever had. Not the biggest Tiki Barber fan on the radio.
Okay.
Not at all. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
But tip of the cap. Okay.
Yeah. I love that rant. You know why? Aaron Glenn did not come in here as some X's and O's defensive guy, offensive guy for sure. He's not some whiz guy that's going to go at night and, mastermind a game plan. That's not Aaron Glenn. What is Aaron Glenn? He's a leader of men. He's a tough guy. He's a player's coach. He played. And he's a motivator, and he's someone that has to build competition amongst the team and get the fruits of their labor, iron sharpening iron. You can't have that at every position. We had Joe Tippmann last year competing for the center spot with Josh Myers. How does that make sense? But you're not going to have Justin Fields compete? Don't make the same mistake twice. Yes, Geno Smith is going to be the starter 9 out of 10 times, or 90% chance, 85% chance, whatever. He is. However, how is it a bad thing to say to Geno, listen, you just coached a team to the number 1 pick, or quarterback the team to the number 1 pick last year. You didn't have a great year. You've thrown over 30 interceptions the last 2 seasons. We have this kid coming in. He wants to take your spot. Let them compete. And Klubnik, this will bode better for both, because Klubnik is a competitor. He's a feisty kind of kid. Let Geno get better. Don't let Geno get too comfortable. If people want to actually win this year or see what they have, like, let Klubnik make Geno better, and vice versa. Geno's going to make Klubnik better. To me, it can do zero harm but help the team. And the messaging across the board to everybody, Boy Green, I think is better. And it bodes well for the kind of coach that Glenn is. Glenn is not an X's and O's guy. He's a, on the field player guy. Let these guys compete. You can't say, oh, everyone competes, but that guy. Honestly, who the hell is Geno Smith? Yeah, he had some good years in Seattle. I understand. He got his second contract. Fine player, good vet. Klubnik wants that spot. Don't hold back. If Seattle held back, they're not winning Super Bowls with Russell Wilson, or a Super Bowl. They should have won 2. They're not winning a Super Bowl if they just went with Matt Flynn because they gave him, whatever they gave him, a $75 million deal. They're going to stick with Russell Wilson. They're going to stick with Matt Flynn, not Russell Wilson. So I like that. I don't know why somebody, unless you're the biggest Geno Smith fan in the world, but like, even if you are, don't you want Geno to feel like if he doesn't perform at his best, that someone's going to take his spot? Isn't that a better way to build a program in general, especially with your quarterback? My opinion, but
yeah, to me, that's a compelling case, because initially I think it was on the other side hearing Tiki, but now after hearing you, I like it. And again, if we sold Aaron Glenn action figures at your local Walmart, and it had the try me button on it, and you clicked it, he would go, compete, compete, compete. That's his magic word. So
yeah,
if that's what he is, then it should be consistent across the roster. So I dig it. I dig it. I'm picking up what you're putting down here. And I see more super chat action. Let's go to NC Green here on the channel.
Wow.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, NC Green. Just remember, no one knew Mendoza this time last year. They'll be surprised. Exactly. It's just what I said. Joe Burrow, I think in that draft was supposed to be like a 4th or 5th round pick. He came back, and then he ends up being the number 1 overall pick. So there are surprises all the time. And then the opposite, of course. Last year's draft was supposed to be awesome with quarterbacks, and it wasn't. Lenore Sellers fell off, and Cade Klubnik, obviously, that's how we got him in the 4th round. All these quarterbacks who were supposed to be superstars were not. So it goes both ways. The boat rocks all over the place. So there's going to be pluses, there's going to be minuses. So yeah, keep that in mind, people, as we talk about this quarterback conversation. The Jets are armed and dangerous. They have 3 first-round picks in 2027. So regardless of what happens, they should be able to land their guy, and they should. I don't care if Cade Klubnik ends up coming in and looking awesome this year. That's not deterring me from taking a quarterback. Let's have multiple quarterbacks. We should continue to do that. Frankie, a few more before we let you go on your day here. I heard Aaron Glenn talk about Terrion Arnold, and that was something the Jets explored, according to his agent, Terrion Arnold's agent, Nicole Lynn, which he had to speak in court. And Aaron Glenn seemed to just confirm there was due diligence. He didn't seem to go beyond that. Do you have any interest in Terrion Arnold?
You know what? The interesting thing with Terrion Arnold is you say I have the Midas touch with players. That was a guy that I had wrong, because I had Terrion Arnold ranked very highly on my whatever ranking. I thought
maybe just a late bloomer. Maybe he just hasn't hit it yet.
He might be. I mean, out of Alabama, he was unbelievable. I mean, I put his tape on. I'm like, whoa, who is this guy? Problem is, he's got a mental thing going on. The guy, he's like, I don't know if he's psychotic. I don't know. They're saying he's I don't know. He's a psycho. Not in like a dangerous way, or apparently so. I don't know. So if you can prove that he's all right mentally, he's not a psycho guy, or he's not psychotic, I'd be more prone to someone like Terrion Arnold. But until then, no, I wouldn't want him. I did at a point because I liked him so much out of Alabama. I mean, he was awesome. And Glenn was there when they drafted him too, right? So
yes.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I reserve judgment. I'd make sure he's all right. And I don't also think he should get into football right away before he deals with his personal stuff. go and get yourself together, because you're just going to get in more trouble or something's going to happen. You're in a locker room with guys, you're going out at night. Get yourself together, man, before you start, wanting to play football again. So until he shows that he's somewhat rehabilitated, I guess, I wouldn't even consider Terry. I know he's doing workouts. I think it's a little early for that. His court case is still pending. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would wait on that too. I see this from the audience, and I agree. We just sort of briefly touched on it. How does this make any sense? So last year, Joe Tippmann and Josh Myers apparently are battling it out for the center job. Joe Tippmann wins that job. ABT blows that other season-ending injury, and the Jets have to call an audible at the line of scrimmage and shift everybody around. Myers is a starter, but only because someone got injured or he would have been a backup. So he competed for a job and lost. Fast forward a year, he is handed a job on a silver platter, as NC Green is saying. Why does Josh Myers have no competition for the center position? I just don't understand the mindset. What changed? What happened from him? He was going to be a backup before the season started last year. And then because of injuries, he steps in, and he has, with all due respect, a sort of mediocre season. Like, he plays all 17, and that's awesome. But, like, it wasn't like he was spectacular. The analytics don't look kindly, depending if you're a Pro Football Focus guy out there in the audience. So, yeah, why does he suddenly just have no competition? This compete thing from Aaron Glenn apparently only includes a couple of positions.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. I agree with everything you just said, and I agree with that with that question. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why they didn't draft a center. I thought that this draft class had a few nice centers late. I think that's where we might have missed in the 4th or 5th round. Because if you get a center in the 4th or 5th round, that's pretty good value. The center position gets a little bit overlooked in the NFL. It's a position that the later, you can wait a little bit later to get quality too. I think we should have drafted a center. I also think it's a position that, if you want to find someone on the scrap heap late, or, you want to, get some veteran in here, you can. I don't think they prioritized the position. I think they told themselves, it's almost like an opportunity cost. We have a bunch of other things we're looking at. This guy's good enough. Move on. And that's what I think Muji told himself. Guy's good enough, knows the system, or knows this place. Players like him. The offensive line, he's familiar with Olu and Armand. Tippmann, they all like him. Let's just move forward. It's fine. We'll have a backup in place, even though I'm not even sure who that would be. It'd probably be Tippmann, right? If something were to happen, I assume, which is weird. You just paid a guy as a guard, one of the highest paid guard, and then you're gonna move him to center if something were to happen to Myers. But I think this is just a case of good enough, move on. We'll address it next season, which I don't like, because I think for this offensive line to get to, to hit their ceiling, or to get to their full potential, they're going to need a quality center. I was hoping you got someone this year in the draft, but maybe they were looking at someone. But I think it's just a good enough way. We'll figure it out next year kind of position.
All right, last one here for you, Frankie V. Now you're turning into Dr. Frankie, because I need you to assess here this injury report. You tell me concern level here for these guys. It is T'Vondre Sweat's on the NFI list with a hamstring issue. And we've got Joseph Asai, who's on the PUP, potentially for a failed physical, apparently. And D'Angelo Pons has a calf issue. So what's your concern level with all of these injuries here?
The only thing I'm concerned with, I'm not as concerned with the Osai injury. Listen, we have enough guys in that front seven also that if Osai can only play 30-40% of snaps, week 1 or 2, we'll be fine. They can put in a bunch of players there. These guys that they have, there's like 12 guys on that front seven, 12, 13 guys that can rotate. I'm not concerned for the team. Sweat, I'm a little concerned for him because he's a big guy, man. I mean, again, what did Kaz said this on Gangs All Here, quote from Parcells, he's a cupcake away from 400 pounds. And
what a line.
That's a great line, isn't it? So, I mean, and it's, it's true. Like if Sweat's not working out because, he can't, or he's not able to, condition, and he starts eating a bit, he might pile on, and you can't play football at 400 pounds. You could play at 380, I think, but can you? 390? I don't know. So I'm a little bit worried there. I just, you don't want the momentum of this guy's conditioning when you're a big dude. These guys, some of these bigger guys like to eat a lot, it's like, so it's could be a little bit of an issue for him. But I also want him for week 1, or
of course, come on.
It's his former team. You know what happens when you get a big guy like that against his former team? They're going to play with a little bit extra. Yeah, for sure. You might make a play or two that makes a difference there. So we'll see. I mean, listen, they said he was jogging and working out on the sideline or running around a bit. So, I wouldn't rush him in by any means because there's no need necessarily right now. But from a conditioning standpoint, it's something that's, been following him now throughout his career in the NFL or his first season in Tennessee. So we're going to need to see, how that kind of shapes out. But let's see when he's ready to play. If he's not ready, by the way, in a few weeks, and they're like saying he may not be prepared for preseason game 1, then start to have a little bit of concern there.
That's very fair. All right, Frankie V, cherry pop, baby. Boy Green Daily happened. It's here.
Woo.
So let me ask you, Frankie, or let me allow you, please, to promote uSTADIUM, Gangs All Here podcast. What else is cooking in the Frankie V kitchen right now, man?
Yes, sir. So we will be having a charity event for Tunnels to Towers, which is something that this is going to be, I believe, year 3 of us doing this event. That'll be in Harrison, New York, which is close to the city. So you're talking about 35, 40 minutes from Manhattan. And then, Westchester area, close to Connecticut, even Jersey people, takes about an hour. We'll be at Harrison Meadows. It'll be fun. We're going to have like a mini casino night, no real money. So it's not going to be like, we're not going to get like, we're not going to get raided by any FBI agents.
Good.
Kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street scene in there. But it'll be fun. It's golf during the day. It's hangout, food, drinks, little casino at night. I believe Nick's going to get mad at me for this. I believe there's a football game on. I'm not sure actually. But if you need any info on it, if you go to uSTADIUM.com, our website, you'll go to the events section and all the information's there. All profits and proceeds go to the Tunnels to Towers Foundation for September 11th victims. And we're super excited about it. Outside of that, we're building something cool with our website, but we'll be launching that kind of soon. But I'll be doing my stuff with Ryan and Kaz. I go on Jake's show weekly on Mondays. That's always a good time. The chat likes to make fun often. So if you want to laugh, sometimes people in the chat get after me, but I appreciate it, Boy Green. You're the man. And again, what you were saying is so true. These events are great. I wouldn't have met you. You only know each other from the internet and what you hear and what, someone says or tweets. It's nice to see someone in person and get to know the person. So I met a bunch of cool people there. It's a cool community, man. And we got a bunch of great content people and great fans. So it should be a fun year. Hopefully sooner rather than later, this team can get their shit together so we can, stop projecting and actually start seeing, things happen. So,
yeah, that'd be awesome. By the way, people were asking, what is the date for that event you're talking about, Frankie?
So the date, let me just triple check.
Yeah, no, sure. No, definitely.
I want to
make sure you get that out to the people here for uSTADIUM. While you're grabbing that, just again, everybody are watching or listening to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast.
So it's Thursday, September 24th. I always get the 20th. It's Thursday, September 24th. There will be a Thursday night football game.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, people, last time we did it, someone, had like a big bet on DraftKings during the game. And that was like fun. I was like, oh, everyone's like cheering to that. There was like a group of people that made like a bet together. So it was kind of like cool. But yeah, so Thursday, September 24th.
There we go. All right. Well, Frankie, welcome.
There'll be food and like a bunch of vendors. So it'll be a good time.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the morning, baby. And if this, if you like the temperature of the water, you're invited back, my friend. This was a fun time.
I appreciate it, Boy Green. Thanks, man.
There he is, Frankie V of uSTADIUM, baby, and the Gangs All Here podcast. Great to have him on the show for the very first time. I got to meet him at the Gang Green Beach Club. I got to connect with a bunch of people. Amari Brown will be on the show in the coming weeks. I got to meet him at the Gang Green Beach Club as well. It was an absolutely terrific time. So thanks, guys, for all the kind words on the Frankie V interview. I've never had him on before, but I got to meet him at the Gang Green Beach Club, and it was cool. It was cool meeting people that I'd only heard about. He sort of described it there. Just hear about people on the internet and tweets and things, but to meet the actual people, to me was pretty friggin' cool. We have nearly 300 people in the room, including well over 130 on YouTube. Love it, everybody. Love the energy here as we're in training camp. Make sure you guys like the video. That is the free thing to do if you're watching the show. We only have 45 likes, but over 130 people in the room on YouTube. Let's fix that real quick. Like people, like the video. That's the free way to contribute. And if you want to contribute monetarily, baby, you can do so with our final day of raffle tickets today. $25 raffle tickets. You can PayPal or Venmo me at BoyGreen25, BoyGreen25 with your first and last name and a good email for you. And you're in the raffle to win 2 tickets to Jets Browns game in Section 118, 2 field access tickets, and 2 full tailgate pass where we get food and drink before the game. It is special. So make sure you guys shove that in. I see a bunch of questions out here in the comment section. First off, I saw this earlier. When is the show shifting to 7 a.m.? That is tomorrow. Tomorrow, starting August 1st, and then permanently moving forward, this show is going from 7:30, where it's been for 3 or 4 years, and it's going to 7 a.m. Eastern time. So starting tomorrow, adjust your clocks and calendars accordingly. We will be 7 a.m. Eastern time moving forward. If you watch a show after the fact or the audio-only version, that won't matter to you, I'm sure, because you watch it at whatever time that you choose. This show is, of course, on demand. So, yes, 7 a.m. Eastern time. I saw a few people asking that. And I will be heading to training camp. Actually, I'm heading to the New Jersey area a little bit later today in anticipation of tomorrow because we have to board the buses, I think, at 6:30 in the morning to head on over to training camp. So, yeah, baby, I am heading there today. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. All right, I see a bunch of comments, questions. I'll get to those here before we open up the phone lines. Let me get to everybody here. I see Robert C807 said, Boy Green, was this game show you were supposed to be on TV? Yes, it was. It was going to be on TV. I made it through the first level. So for this show, it's not Survivor. I've applied for that show a million times. I've also applied for Big Brother once or twice. That one seems super intense to be like, I would obviously have to stop Boy Green Daily for like 3 months, however long you're on the show, I guess. So, yeah, that show seems crazy. But no, this show I'm referencing was not Survivor or Big Brother. It was a different show. It was a game show that you compete for, I think it was $5 million or something. And yeah, so I made it through a layer of casting. So sometimes you apply for a show and you never hear back. As someone who's applied for a few game shows, sometimes you apply for a show, you never hear back. Well, too bad. Sometimes you hear back and then you go through layers of casting where they interview you and ask you questions and there's testing they do and all kinds of stuff. And this show, I made it through the last layer of casting. So like the next step was finding out if you're on the show. So I made it as deep as you can get without getting on the show. And unfortunately, did make the cut. I think all things happen for a reason. I would have had to go right around free agency and I would have had to go to the United Kingdom. So I would have been gone for I don't know how long. So this is a show that's it's not like Jeopardy, a Wheel of Fortune, where you're there for a few days. Like this would have been a month plus commitment where suddenly I would have had to disappear. So yes, this show would have been on television. Yes, can confirm that would have been it. Cisco Lopez says, Boy Green, we're thirsty for some footage while you're at training camp. I need to see more slow-mo videos, and I hope I can provide this, but I will tell you this, Cisco. I'm going to make sure I read the rules because I just saw this on social media, so let me send a warning shot to fellow Jets content creators out there. Every NFL team is different, but I just saw this on Twitter, so I want to send the warning to everybody. There is a Minnesota Vikings content creator, went to training camp yesterday. He took some videos of practice. And by the end of the practice, he was approached by 2 police officers, and they said, you took video when you're not allowed to. You are banned from this facility for a year, and you must delete all this footage. And he got reamed, and I went, oh, my gosh. And it's going viral on Twitter right now. So a Minnesota Vikings content creator got met with by police officers after practice because he filmed things that you're not allowed to film. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I definitely don't want that to happen to me. I want to be able to go to the games and the practice facilities and wherever else I can go. So I will film when I'm allowed to film. I'm not going to be causing any kind of ruckus. But what I will promise you for people that are thirsty for footage and content is after practice, I'll definitely film a video of takeaways. I'll be taking notes. I'm going to bring my notebook with me on players that are risers, fallers, any thing I can tangibly watch, see, observe, and share with you guys. I love when I have an opportunity to do that. But a warning shot to any content creators out there in the universe, be very, very careful. I just saw what happened to the Vikings guy. That scared the bleep out of me. Like, yikes, I don't want to do anything that gets me in trouble. So, guys, make sure you're careful out there in the universe. That's all I'm going to say. After seeing that Vikings thing, it gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Let me answer a few more of your questions, and we'll open up the phone lines here on the channel. But shout out to Frankie V. That was awesome to have him on the show for the first time. First_state_Jets says, did he record the Viking secret weapon, Jamal Adams? Jamal Adams, that might have caused the footage, the whole issue there to happen. Maybe that's what transpired, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. For people asking the specific game show, I'm contractually obligated not to reveal what that game show is at this point. Hopefully that is something that eventually gets sort of wiped away at some point, and I'm allowed to talk about it, but I cannot reveal the game show. I cannot. Mr. Bonesy says, wait, Boy Green, did you say 6:30? Well, the only thing I heard about it is that from Chef Kev is that, it's the only training camp practice open to the public. So it's going to be incredibly busy. And so, there's going to be a lot of people around. So, we're trying to be proactive and getting there early. The practice doesn't start till 8:30, so you guys can get there whenever you want for buses. But I heard that, and I'm like, I don't want to oversleep or anything of that nature and miss out. If I'm there early, I'd rather be there early than late. Long story short. So, no, yeah, Chef Kev told me the buses are coming at 6:30, and there's more buses after that. But then all of a sudden you could miss practice or something, so I don't want to be doing any of that. So I heard Chef Kev tell me be there before 6:30. I'm like, all right, boss, you got it. You got it. So that's what I heard. So no, I'm sure you can do that. It's not all, so Mr. Bunsey, it's not all buses board at 6:30. You guys can go whenever you want. I'm going to the one that Chef Kev told me to, so we don't miss out. And again, I'd rather be there early because there's a fan fest, there's autograph sessions, there's all kinds of stuff you can do while you're around. So, and before the gates open. So like I said, I'd rather be there early than not. So yeah, me and Court Sports are getting there for the 6:30 bus. Yes. But thank you for the question. Let's see. Whoa, Mama Sita. Izzy Jet 732. Izzy. Oi, oi, oi. Holy crap. $100 super chat.
Wow.
Oh, dear Lord, have mercy. Wow. Izzy Jet. Good Lord. That is 4 raffle tickets for our huge giveaway. Let's freaking go. Oh, yeah, baby. Thank you so much, Izzy, for the $100 super chat. Let's go.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
We have a new leader on top of the board, baby. Wow, Izzy Jet, you now have 12 raffle tickets to our contest. Good Lord, have mercy. That's unbelievable. So let's update the gosh darn leaderboard. That is spectacular. So move over, Rob. Izzy Jet is coming through. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Izzy. Let's go. You will have, of course, the best shot of anyone if this holds to win the raffle. So congratulations. That is amazing news. And by the way, let me put this up here on the board. You're $10 away from a 13th raffle ticket. My goodness gracious. So good luck. We'll be drawing this winner on Sunday, August 2nd. For those who don't know, we'll be drawing this winner on Sunday, August 2nd. So just keep that in mind, folks. We would have done it tomorrow. However, I'm going to be at training camp, so we'll be drawing it on Sunday, August 2nd, but we're only accepting money through today. So any money you send tomorrow will be for our next month's raffles. That will no longer be for the raffle. So I'm not going to skirt the line for anybody. So just so you guys know out there in the audience, sweet Lord have mercy. EasyJet. Wow. Okay. And that raffle contest we're talking about, baby, is this. Jets, Browns, $25 raffle tickets. So in Izzy's case, $100 gives you 4 raffle tickets to the contest, 2 tickets in Section 118, 2 field access tickets before the game, and 2 full tailgate passes. That's all the wonderful Chef Kevin Gilbert food, and we'll provide water and Gatorade, all the non-alcoholic drinks. So yeah, baby, Izzy, you are firmly in the running. Let's go, Izzy. Thanks for all the support here on the program. Good Lord have mercy. All right, Izzy. Yes, sir. What is up? Izzy Jet 732. Love you, Izzy. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at all this other hoopla happening in here. Let's go. Number 1 Austrian Jets fan with a 10-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Oh, this is going to be a hell of a show. All right, let me add it up for number 1 Austrian Jets fan here. Beep, boop, bop. Oh, my goodness. Even more for number 1 Austrian Jets fan here, who has now got a 10th raffle ticket to the frickin' contest, tying him, of course, with Rob Daniels there, number 2 on the leaderboard. Let's go. Congratulations, number 1 Austrian Jets fan. Like I said, you are now tied with Rob Daniels for 2nd place in the contest, but I think there might be some more activity happening there as well. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's frickin' go. All right, we've got so many more members to read. We'll do that here. Let's do that here on the program. Here are the 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Let me catch up here on all this activity happening on the show. The 10 new members are Indy Jets. Welcome back, Uncle Indy. Capsule Boy, Cincy Matt. Who else do we got here? Jet Nut for Life. All right. Joe Willie, Vandy FW. Some more here. The Big Lubinsky, Shake and Bake, Otter, Jet Fan Kev. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our number 1 Austrian Jets fan, baby. Wow, wow, wow. Man, this is an exciting, scintillating show. Frankie V, Super Chats, memberships, raffle tickets.
Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Oh, beautiful. We're getting more because the Venmo and PayPal option is also on the table. Shout out to NC Green, who just sent in, let me make sure I confirm this, a $20 Venmo super chat here on the program, punching in another raffle ticket. NC Green now has 7 raffle tickets to the contest. Whoa, mama! Oh, come on. You got to hit him with a little.
Number 44. Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
There you go, NC Green. You are now tied with JR327 with 7 raffle tickets in our contest. Let's freaking go, baby. Appreciate you. The Venmo PayPal option are always on the table as well. Let's ride. So many more super chats to catch up to. Tennessee Jet with a $1.99 super chat. However, he says if you squint, this is a $199 super chat. Good morning.
Wow.
Let me squint. Yeah, I mean, if you do squint, I mean, it does appear it could be a $1,999 super chat. If you squint, you could be onto something there, Tennessee Jet. You could be onto something there. As a matter of fact, I think you are. Beautiful. Tennessee Jet, you already have a raffle ticket to this contest, so you are in the running, my friend. Appreciate the love connection. Nice. Thank you, Tennessee Jet. That is funny. You make me laugh. Whoa, mama. We got Rob Daniels here with a $10 super chat.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. Rob Daniels, let's put that on your pile. Excellent. Towards your raffle tickets. Nice. You're $15 away from another raffle ticket, Rob Daniels. He says, well, first off, let's give him a quick Jets chat, huh? Let me give him something juicy. Aaron
I do
Glenn.
know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Have a safe drive down there on that 5-hour drive, which it will be. Yep, a 5-hour drive is coming up for me. So thank you for that. I will do safe travels. Like I said, I'm traveling up to the New Jersey area this evening, and then I think we're like 40 minutes or an hour away or something from that location to it. So it just made things a lot easier. So thank you. Shout out to Court Sports and the rest of the gang. That's amazing. So it's going to make the trip a lot easier now. Driving an hour in the morning is nothing. Like 5 hours overnight with what I was going to be doing yesterday would have been a disaster. Anywho, he says, Rob Daniels, I remember going to New York City every summer from Utica, New York, where I was born and raised. Went to Proctor High School, live in Fort Lauderdale now. Go Jets. Awesome, Rob. Well, that's super cool. I've been here in the New York area since 2008. I moved up here from South Carolina. We're down. People all know Myrtle Beach, Goose Creek, Somerville. I lived in South Carolina for a large part of my life. And my father retired after 20 years from the United States Navy. He was retired for a day, and then he took a job in nuclear power. And we moved up to the Oswego area in 2008. And hopefully, if all cards turn out correctly, I'll be living here for the foreseeable future. So I love this small town. A lot of people know everybody. I don't know. There's something homey about it. So I hope I'm living here for a very long time. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love being here. I love being here. So live in Fort Lauderdale now. Well, Rob, I hope we get the opportunity to chill with you for the Jets-Browns game. That would be amazing. Thank you so much for all your support on the channel. The more you guys are able to give, the more I can give to this channel. And I love giving to this channel. The Jets are my passion. I love talking about this team. I dream about this team. I wear this Jets team's gear every single day. And the channel is blowing up. I'm seeing more and more subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000. 10,000 was an arbitrary number when I started this channel. We're celebrating our 6-year anniversary in September. I sat on a couch. That's where the show started. On a couch over there, I did pre- and post-game shows for the 2020 New York Jets, which, of course, were 2-14. So I picked a hell of a time to start that YouTube channel, but we did it over there in that living room on a grainy camera with a terrible microphone, and then it moved to different parts of my house, and now we're here. And now, again, if everything plays out right, we'll be moving to a new location with a brand new office, which is going to look really cool. I've sort of envisioned it in my head and cool tweaks and other things I could do to make the office pop and make it look even more exquisite on camera. But again, the more you guys give, the more I'm able to do. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone that's gifted, from Izzy Jet to Rob Daniels to number one Austin Jets fan to NC Green, everybody. And I don't want to miss anybody. Tennessee Jet, all the wonderful gifting that's happened here on the program, again, allows me to do even more. So thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, safe travels. Yeah, especially with all these, this offseason, right? Kyle Shanahan getting to this very serious car accident, Matt Miller getting into his car accident. Like, it just gets it on your, and hopefully those people are all okay, but it gets on your mind, like, damn, like, driving is incredibly dangerous and anything can happen, whether it's your fault or someone else's fault. So you want to mind your P's and Q's. I want to live a long life here of talking Jets football and seeing this team win a Super Bowl. And thank you, Rob, for that. I appreciate it. Yes. I want to live a long time. For my kids and for my family. So, yep, safe travels. Thank you. Izzy Jet with a $10 super chat here on the program. Let's go.
Wow.
Izzy. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes. And now Izzy Jet with that $10 super chat now has a 13th raffle ticket. They're just showboating on the way to the end zone here. This is spectacular. 13, count them, 13 raffle tickets. Oh my good golly. This is spectacular. Absolutely, unequivocally spectacular. Wow. You guys have been phenomenal here on the show, and I believe I now have the banner updated with everybody now. I do. Izzy Jet, let's fucking go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Huh? Here we go.
Jets. Let's go.
Freaking go. From the quiet whisper to
Make sure we play like the New York Jets and not some slack team. That's what I want to see tomorrow. Do we understand what the I want to see tomorrow? Let's go to eat a damn snack.
I am getting hungry, Rex, so I appreciate that. Izzy, let's freaking go. You've been killing it. You've been freaking killing it, baby. Fabrice says, am I crazy for thinking that Aaron Glenn and Frank Reich will give Kate Klubnik real shot to win the starting job? I think you are crazy. I don't believe they are. Now, like in the Raiders situation, they crowned Kirk Cousins a starter immediately, but they said like starter for now or something. Like they left the door open, or the starter to start training camp, whatever the direct lingo was. Yeah, whatever the direct lingo was, that's what happened there for that. So, no, I don't think so. I think Gino's a guy, and Cage's path is twofold. This is the perfect world to me. The Jets are winning in blowout fashion by so much. Cage just gets into the game to finish off the game. That'd be great. The other path is more grim, more dark, of course. That path is the Jets have imploded and the season's gone to hell, and they're like, might as well see what this Cade guy has. Which again, I hope not. We've had enough terrible seasons, quite frankly, where I prefer that not to have happen. Yeah, if we could control that, that'd be amazing. Izzy Jet says, diehard Jets fan. Love you guys. Love you too, Izzy. Thank you. I need some merchandise too. Well, I don't know if the deal's still going on. Fanatics has some crazy deal where there was like 70% off all this different stuff. So hopefully you can get it there too. And then the Boy Green merch shop, if you need some of that merch, that's down there in the YouTube description down below. We're working on some more improvements for that as well. Let me see if I caught up on everybody from Venmo and PayPal here on the program. Let me make sure I do that. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's add in a few more people here. This is spectacular. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Let's ring the bell for this.
Wow.
Okay. All right. 1 second, everybody. Actually, let me do one of these real quick for you. Let me play this. I'll never forget about the draft. That was awesome. Oh, yes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Here we go. Let me get to all the other people on Venmo here. Let's go to John LG, baby. Just sent in a $10 Venmo. Here we go, guys. Let's go. John LG, you now have a second raffle ticket, baby. You are friggin' in. So, John LG, congratulations. The Venmo or PayPal feature is available for everybody based on your previous Super Chat combinations. You now have a second raffle ticket to our contest, John LG. Let's freaking go. A reminder that if you've already purchased a package through me, and I saw someone just purchase a package through me, we'll talk about that here in just a second. There's no refund. So what will happen is if you win another package of tickets and things of that nature, give them to a friend, bring more friends with you. I've not established the seating chart yet, so you could have your friend sit next to you if that's how you win. So I just want to make sure we're completely upfront about that. So there won't be any refund if you've already purchased your tickets through me for this package. Just want to make that very clear. But if you do win, congrats. Again, we'll be drawing this winner on Sunday, August 2nd. Again, I would have normally drawn it tomorrow, but I'm going to training camp. We will have a show for you tomorrow morning with me and Hop on Pop. And shout out to this. So thank you, John LG. Thank you, NC Green, for sending in those super chats to add more raffle tickets to your total. Cisco Lopez is saying, you know what? I don't need a raffle ticket because I am going to dive into the deep end and buy a package to join you guys right friggin' now. Let's friggin' go.
Jets, 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 Jets. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Cisco Lopez just sent in a $300 PayPal Venmo ticket. It's not for a ticket, it's to buy a package for the Jets-Browns game. Thank you, Cisco. Just received. You are in the running. And this is why I told you guys, right? We brought up the Jets-Browns raffle ticket giveaway. We do have a few more packages available. $300 covers you for the ticket to the game. That's section 118. It gives you a tailgate ticket. That's the food and drinks that's provided before the game in the parking lot. And you get a rally towel, a custom rally towel that I had professionally made with Jets, Browns, and all this other stuff on it. Boy Green, it's a cool rally towel you guys can use during the game and then have as a souvenir. So Cisco, great. You have purchased a ticket, my friend, and you are going to the game, brother. You are going to the game. So congratulations, Cisco. I will add that to my master sheet here. So that is terrific news. So excellent. Great, Cisco. You are in, my friend. I'm putting that on my list right now. Excellent. Let's go. And once this raffle is over, we will tell you guys however many more tickets are available where you guys can come on in. So there you go. Excellent. Congratulations, Cisco Lopez, my friend. Congratulations. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. That was exciting. That was scintillating. We didn't even open up the phone lines yet here on the program. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything from you guys. Thank you. And let me double check. By the way, shout out to everybody so far on the show. That is awesome. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I think I caught up to everybody. Okay. All right. I'm looking through all my super chats, memberships. Okay. I think I caught up to everybody. Beautiful. Let's go. How about them Jets? You can email me. How about them Jets? He says, Boy Green, email me so I could get the 3 tailgate tickets today. Go Jets. You can email me. How about them Jets? Here is my email. I'll throw it up on the screen. That is Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. Email me and say, hey, Paul, it's me it's How About Them Jets about the tailgate tickets. We have tailgate tickets left to be sold. We have about 20 left, give or take. So if you guys let's say you're out there in the audience, you're watching the show, and you already have season tickets or something. You're like, Paul, I don't need a ticket, but I'd love to come to the tailgate. Tailgate tickets are $50 a pop. So you can get as many as you have until they're sold out. But once they're sold out, I have no more to sell. So we're capping it at 100. I'm hoping to sell this out before Week 5 Jets-Browns game. That'll be the wonderful food by Chef Kevin Gilbert. Lou B and the DJB Sprinter are going to be there. I'm going to be there. Woody, Court Sports, Herb, Mom and Dad. I'm trying to think of everybody. Chef Kev, DIY for Life. So many people are going to be there. I'm going to miss because obviously 75 people have already committed to go. So yes, if you guys want to buy tailgate tickets or more information, like Cisco just bought a Jets Browns ticket package, Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. PaulAEsdenJr at gmail.com. And I'll give you guys all the details. So yes. So feel free to do that. How about them Jets? And let's go. All right, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines. We'll take some of your phone calls here. Again, the Jets have the day off from practice. They're back tomorrow, which I will be at for the first and only training camp practice open to the public. We'll play a half timeout. More coming up here on BGD.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, folks, well, first off, let me get through the formalities. Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast, baby. Boy Green Daily, talking all things New York Jets. If you're new to the channel, I'm Boy Green. I talk Jets every single day at 7:30 in the morning, although starting tomorrow, well, it's moving to 7 a.m. Eastern time, so I'll keep reminding you guys a few more times. Tomorrow's show will debut at 7 a.m. Eastern time. It'll be me and Hop on Pop, a shorter show than normal because I'll be heading off to Jets training camp, but we'll give you a live show tomorrow tomorrow morning. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. There'll be a brand new Boy Green Daily, fresh 6-pack that you can open up with me and Hop on Pops talking about Jets training camp and being excited to go to camp. And that will be awesome. So again, make sure you guys tune in for that. That'll be spectacular. And beyond that show, I'll be at training camp. I'll be doing videos, YouTube shorts. At the end of the day, I'll do something probably with Court Sports. I'll see if I can do something at the Jake Asman event with my microphone and stuff. I'll reach out to Jake and see if that's cool. So that's awesome. But look at this. Our boy Snowball is in Italy. You know, his family's over there in Italy. We are just talking about that with Frankie V. And look at this. Snowball, I don't know if this picture will come through for people watching, but Snowball's in a Jets hat. He's like at the Sistine Chapel or something. Like, it's crazy with all this beauty. Getting the Jets hat there. Great work, Snowball. Great work indeed, my friend. That is freaking sweet. All right. It's crazy. It's crazy. The Jets hat at the Sistine Chapel. You know, I will tell you that when I wear the Jets hat out and about at things, they're like, do you have any other clothes, man? And I'm like, hey, man, I like the Jets. I have Jets hats, Jets shirts, Jets shorts, Jets underwear for those who care and ever are in that sort of situation with me. And Jets socks, Jets shoes, Jets all, baby. Jets. That's it. So, no, I don't have any other clothes, but thanks for asking. Anywho, let's go back to the phone lines here on the program. It is Hep to kick us off. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. Hey, did the Snowball bring a Sharpie and write "Go Jets" on the Michelangelo painting?
Oh, that'd be nice. Let me ask him. I'm actually going to text him right now and see if he can do that if he hasn't already. Hep. Okay, I'll put that in there.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm curious. Are you taking the bus now or are you driving?
So great question. So it's both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record some stuff. Got a bunch of Jets work to do, and around like 2-3 o'clock, something like that, I'm going to head over to the New Jersey area in my car and then drive to a fellow Jets content creator's house. They're letting me sleep on their couch. And they live about, I think, 45 minutes to where we have to go. And so in the morning, it'll just be easier instead of, because at first, this was going to be crazy. I had a radio shift tonight. That was going to end around 11 o'clock. And I was going to go, okay, so I could do one of two things. I can drive straight there and just be there early, and I'll get there around 3 a.m. and I'll just wait. And I'll sleep in my car. Or I'll take a nap at the radio station. They have a couch downstairs. So I'll randomly sleep on that, set an alarm for 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. and then wake up and then drive over. So I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh, this sounds like a disaster. And then a Jets content creator said, dude, you could just sleep on my couch. I said, oh, thank God. So then it just saved a lot of stuff. So yeah, driving over driving over to this person's house, they're driving us to this bus station, college. That's where they did it last year. I think it's the same place. And then from there, they bus you to the Jets training facility.
Oh, okay. There you go. You know, I was curious. I was thinking about, if the Jets have a winning season, and everything looks good, but the defense sucks, is Aaron Glenn's job in jeopardy?
That's a fascinating question, because that would be on him. The onus would be on him. Yeah, I think I heard Costello. Now, this was a different situation, I guess, but Costello was talking about the 2008 year, which ended up being Eric Mangini's final year. They start 8-3 and then they collapse. And in a normal circumstance, winning 9 games and having this Hall of Fame quarterback and all that stuff, I know expectations are different every year. He got fired after winning 9 games. And he had 2 of his 3 seasons with the Jets were winning seasons. He only had 1 bad year. So and he got fired. And you're like, damn, 3 seasons of I can't remember if it was 10-6, 9-7, 4-12 or something. And he got fired. Damn, that's a pretty good record. He got fired. So I think there is, if Aaron Glenn would have to look incompetent or something for the defense to be that bad. There's no way it's a Lions situation. There's so many injuries and they're just bad because of that. I think, yes, I think Aaron Glenn, if they went, wow, this is all really good, but the one piece that we're uncertain of is Aaron Glenn, let's switch him out for somebody else. Oh yeah. I think his job could be in jeopardy in that unique scenario. Mm-hmm.
That would be a very weird situation.
Yes.
But anyway, I just wanted to say goodbye to the 7:30 show and say hello to the 7 o'clock show tomorrow.
That's right. That's a new world.
Peace out, guys.
Thank you, Hep. Yeah, it is. It's a little emotional. I'll tell you. As we're packing up this house, because, like I said, hopefully, in theory, we're going to move from this house. I'm packing it up, and there's rooms getting empty, and I'm like, damn, I've spent a third of my life in this house. That's a long time. And I just sort of get melancholy about it. I'm sure when I look at it for the last time from the outside, again, as long as everything goes well with the house, that I'm going to just look at this plot of land that I've just spent such a large chunk of my life with. I've spent basically my entire relationship with my fiance. We had our children here. Like, man, this is something. So in a different way, the 7:30 shows, like, Hep songs of 7:30 and Boy Green Daily and offense, defense, special teams. We did all our shows here. The show, Boy Green Daily, was birthed here. My children were born in this, not literally in this house. Obviously, there's a hospital down the road, but like Boy Green Daily happened here. My budding love with my fiance happened here. The Jet show evolved, happened here. I've had so many great interviews with all kinds of talented people here in this house. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But a new era, and hopefully a new era that you guys all enjoy. And really the reason that this is happening is more Boy Green Daily for you in the audience. That's what it's all about. That is the root of me even making this decision. And I don't I'm a very routine guy. So if I could have my way, I'd be doing 7:30 a.m. Eastern time for the rest of my life, because I'm just a regimented guy. It's a military thing in our background, I guess, but just boom. It's just reliable, consistent. You can always know I'm always going to be there. So to not do that is a little, whatever the word is, I don't know. So, but it'll be 7 a.m. starting tomorrow. So again, another reminder. I'll try to give you guys a million reminders, but I'm sure I'm going to miss someone clearly. But the shows are moving to 7 a.m. Eastern time starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's show will also be extra short because of the training camp and everything. So it'll be a shorter show than normal. But I can't wait for this new era, a new era of Jets football, hopefully happening as well. So it's going to be special. It's going to be special. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Phone lines are open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. I'd like to call into the show. YouTube is the place to do it, folks. Let's go to this guy. It's James, baby.
What's up, brother, man?
Hey, what's popping?
Same shit, different seat.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But it's a beautiful thing. Listen, sentimental, nostalgia, all that good stuff. Listen, I lived in Queens forever, and I live on Long Island now, and I was so like what's the word I'm looking for? I was very hesitant to pull the trigger on that, and I got to tell you, it was the best decision I ever made. It's so much nicer out here. So you're gonna fall exactly where you need to fall in life. I believe that totally.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the defense goes, heck, my man, this defense is not going to be bad. I guarantee you that. This defensive line is too fucking deep. It's too deep. And with David Bailey, no pads, but 3 sacks, I mean, what are we talking? With him and Will screaming off that edge, bro, it's going to be something special. With Sweat clogging up the middle, Briggs, bro, I saw Briggs yesterday in the press conference. He looks like a fucking refrigerator. He is so massive, bro. He's huge. He's huge. We have such space eaters up front, and we have speed on the outside. And I heard Jamian talk yesterday. I know Jeff fans are kind of iffy on Jamian. I like him. I think he's a solid player. He's not great, but solid at what he does. And I think the leadership and tutelage under Demario Davis is really going to help out a lot. I think that's going to speak volumes. I don't think that's spoken enough about.
I like how introspective he was. He mentioned it like, man, we can all be honest, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but like my coverage sucked last year, and I worked on that I spent all kinds of time trying to get better at that this offseason. I was like, all right, that's what I think.
That's what I want to hear.
100%.
So, at one point.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to. It's escaping me. Talked about the defense. I don't know, Boy Green. I'm drawing
like a brick house.
Juwan Briggs is a brick house. Yeah, I love the secondary. I think the secondary is going to be underrated. I'm still trying to figure out who exactly the corners are going to be. I was on I went on Ricky's show the other night. Yeah. I was on for like an hour, and
okay, cool.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to figure out: is it going to be Nashawn Wright? Is it going to be AZ Thomas on the boundaries, and then who is Brownlee going to be the slot corner? I'm trying to figure out like who.
Brandon Stevens, D'Angelo
Pons.
Yeah.
I think Stevens, and that's another guy that's not really liked much around the fan base. But again, I think he had a solid year last year. It wasn't great. But as the year progressed, I think he got better.
I agree.
So I think Pons, it's inevitable he's going to start at some point. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be right out the gate or at some point he's going to start. I think AZ Thomas has the fast track on one of the outside corners. But if this dude Nashawn Wright can do what he did last year, leading the league in turnovers, I don't see how we can keep him on the bench.
Right. That'd be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Oh, I think James is getting a phone call. But it would be crazy. Hopefully we get James back here in a second. But it would be crazy because Nashawn Wright had 5 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. He had more individual turnover opportunities than any other individual defensive player in the league last year. The Jets, of course, sucked at creating turnovers. So if they put that guy on the bench, that would be nuts. To put it lightly, that would be nuts for sure. I think we permanently lost James here. James. Can you hear us, James? He cut out. All right. Well, thank you, James. Sorry about your phone call or whatever the hell just happened there. I apologize. But hey, by the way, from the Sistine Chapel, apparently, let me give you this. Snowball says, I am so tempted to do a Jets chant in the Sistine Chapel. So, I imagine if he does it, it would probably have to sound like this. Here we go. Jets. Let's go. Right, more quiet and reserved, as opposed to doing something more emphatic like this. Here we go, guys! I imagine that would cause some issues from that perspective. So I think so. By the way, I will wait for confirmation on this. This is someone who zelled in, I believe, 2 raffle tickets. So, Colin, if you're out there, please make sure you follow up over email or some form of other communication, social media at BoyGreen25. I believe you just submitted 2 raffle tickets. 2. I just held up 3 fingers. I'm pretty sure you just submitted 2 raffle tickets via Zelle to me for the contest. Please confirm. I believe that's it on Zelle. The only problem is you can't send a message with it. So I just have a amount of money. So I assume these are 2 raffle tickets. And unless I hear otherwise, I will put this down as 2 raffle tickets for you, Colin. But definitely reach out to me and confirm over any kind of social media. If you're watching the show right now, jump in the comments or do that on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, email, Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. I want to make sure their raffle tickets go through. That the Zelle thing is cool. It just drops right in. That's amazing, but no messages with it. So, Colin, if you just did submit those 2 raffle tickets, again, if I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume you did for the raffle, but let me know. And because of that assumption, let's party it up, baby. Let's go.
Indiana. So a little more help for Gangrene.
All right, there you go, Colin. Yeah. Hopefully that was you that just sent that through. That was awesome. Okay, beautiful. Okay, great. How about them Jets? Says Boy Green. That was me. Okay, great. Well, how about them Jets? If you are indeed Colin, all right. Tailgate tickets are $50 a pop, so feel free. Let's go. So if you want 3 of them, you just got to send another 100. So feel free to do that on Zelle, and then I'll clear that in my notes. So how about them Jets? Make sure you just send that over, and we will clear that up. Thank you. And I see that Cooch was saying BG's energy at the draft was much needed. That to me, so it was one of the greatest opportunities of my life. And thank you to Lou B. I'm never going to forget that. I have them. They're all back here. It's going to be for the new office, but I have the picture with David Bailey that he took the selfie with everybody. It's back here in the thing. I would grab it, but it's all behind here. But I'll show it in the new office and do all kinds of cool stuff. That, like, I took it as a responsibility to all you Jet fans. There was 13 people in this section. 2 people work for the Jets. There was 11 Jet fans in this group in the pit, feet from the draft stage. And I made an ode, a promise to myself and the rest of you Jet fans that I am going to scream my freaking blank off. And I'm going to scream as if all you Jet fans were with me. And I'm going to show as much energy as possible so you guys can feel that energy if you're watching at home. And they show it on NFL Network or ESPN or any of those other places. Like, I am going to be showing you that fire and that energy. And I hope you guys felt it because I was losing my crap. And like I said, the most validating moment was cool. So Mikey Holcan, so I got to meet at the Gangrene Beach Club and at this draft event for the first time. I've known of him. And at the bar, we met actually before that at the draft as well. And it was cool. And he just said, man, this was the best energy we've ever had in the draft pit. I said, damn, that makes me feel great. He was like, all this craziness happening here.
So for a team that didn't have one interception last year, they're trying to help themselves out. We got an option here
And I almost knocked over Mikey Holkins there. I shoved him and he almost fell. And I went, oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. But I just got so fired up with the draft picks. I was like, yeah. So I almost knocked over Mikey Holkins. So apologies for that, Mikey. I apologize for that. Yes. Anywho, I think we got James back. James?
Yeah, my bad, dude.
Okay.
I've had a crazy morning with work. I've been up since 3:30. So.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
No, but please.
Yeah. So, Nashon Wright. I think. I think that it wouldn't be in our best interest to not have him on the outside. I don't know if that last year was a 1-year wonder type deal. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. How old is he?
Nashon? 27, I believe. Let me pull that up to confirm. He is.
So he's been in the league for what, 4 years?
Exactly. So he's been in the league and he just sort of bounced around. He was just a fringe roster guy, never played. And last year, the Bears give him one more shot. He gets signed in April of last year, and he surprisingly wins a job and then has the crazy season he did. So it was was like his 4th year. Now he's heading into year 5, I believe. 27. He turns 28 in September.
I'll tell you what, for a man his size, he moves like a slot corner, man. He's fluid. He's fluid too. He can turn those hips. He can open up. He's a talent. So hopefully Aaron Glenn can harness that. And so who do you think is going to be the corners? Because this to me is a huge question.
Yeah, if I had to guess right now, the one caveat I will give before I even give this answer, D'Angelo Ponce is dealing with a calf issue right now. It's not supposed to be serious, but as you're missing time, other people are taking jobs. So, Jarvis Brownlee could be coming for his throat. So right now, I'll assume he's going to get healthy in time. It's not going to be out too long. So I think boundary corner is going to be Nashon Wright. Again, everything you just said. And I love Azaria Thomas, but how can you get a guy who led the league in turnovers as an individual player and not and for a team that sucked creating turnovers last year, sorry, buddy, not you. What? That would be nuts. And then imagine if you put him on the bench and we're still having turnover issues. Nashon Wright's going to be on the bench. What the hell, man? So, I think he has to be starting at least to start the season and see if he still has the same magic he had last year with Chicago. I think Brandon Stevens is going to be a starter, and I think going to be D'Angelo Ponce. Now, Stevens and some of these guys, Nashon.
So you don't think AZ is going to start?
I don't. I hope he proves me wrong because I like AZ Thomas. I like him a lot. But he had a lot of injuries last year.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is one of those situations where certain guys start the season and then the jobs get taken from them. AZ Thomas takes a starting job. Maybe if D'Angelo Ponce doesn't start immediately, maybe he eventually takes a starting job. And you want the young guys to be there because hopefully those are the guys that are here for the foreseeable future. Yeah.
What are you most excited about on defense? The line?
Oh, come on. Coming off the David Bailey 3-sack thing yesterday, to me, it's the pass rush because Minka Fitzpatrick said this, and Minka Fitzpatrick, by the way.
I saw it.
Oh, my goodness.
Defensive, he looks like a animal right now.
Oh, he looks ripped. And I love that
he said it's all on the D-line. It's all on the D-line.
You said the exact quote I was just about to say. And he says, I'm not ashamed to admit as a DB, it starts up front. And that's what happened last year. The Jets were 31st in sacks last year. They weren't creating pressure, so quarterbacks had all day to throw. So eventually they just found the open guy. If the pass rushers are cooking, the eternal clock of the opposing quarterback speeds up, and he has to make poor decisions, faster decisions, errant decisions, and that should lead to deflected passes and hopefully interceptions and everything else for this Jets defense. So that's the thing that fires me up is the pass rush, because the pass rush is the locomotive. That's the little engine that's going to treat the rest of the defense and give opportunities, short fields for the offense. That's what fires me up.
I love the fact that he's a Jersey kid too.
Of course,
he grew up watching the Jets. Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to say before. This is an aspect I don't think is talked about enough, and some people aren't religious. Some people are. I happen to be religious. I think that they're holding these Bible studies, which I think is not spoken about enough. That brings people together. It goes deeper than football. Like it creates more of a bond. It's more of a brotherhood. I don't think that's spoken about enough. And I know Brees is in him. I know Gino's in him. DeMario obviously is probably leading them.
He is.
So I think Garrett's probably in him. I think our studs, the guys we're going to hang our hat on, are going out of their way to hold a Bible study. I don't know that I've ever heard that. I could be wrong, but
I haven't heard it disorganized before. DeMario, well, I guess DeMario would have done it. He did it in New Orleans too, where he does Bible studies and does extra things. So I guess wherever he would have carried it from, but I haven't heard it in this sort of an organized fashion before. And again, to all be unified in the ultimate power of our Lord and Savior, like what better power is there in that?
For real.
Football, family, faith, food, right? All the
F's. That's it.
Like, come on, man. Like, to me, that's a unifying power. And again, if you can be brothers on the football field and teammates, you can be brothers in Christ. So I 100%.
Yeah. The chemistry is so big. It's playing for the guy next to you. That old adage of what's the guy? What's his why? Why is he doing what's his why? Why is he doing this? And understanding that about your teammate. And I played organized sports my whole life. Understanding that about the guy next to you or whatever the case may be, that goes a long way. You might sacrifice something for yourself for that man to make a better play or something like that. So I think I'm so excited for this year. I don't want to. I want to temper it. I don't want to be too. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, and if you watch Aaron Glenn's press conferences, the man's changed his tune a little bit as far as dealing with the media. He's more open. He's you had a question. I'm sorry, I missed you. He didn't do any of that last year. You know what I mean? The quicker he could get out of the press conferences, the better for him. He didn't want to be in there. Now he's making an attempt at least to smooth things over with the media, because let's face it, in New York, we all know that the media plays a huge part in the narrative on any team. So like what the Knicks did, the media fell in love with that team, and they just rode it all the way. And I think he's learned. I think he's getting better. A lot of Jets fans don't like him. I can't give up on the man yet. I think he could be a good coach. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really believe he can. So we'll see.
I love it. Well, James, I hope you have a great day, brother.
You too, brother.
Thank you for the call.
Talk soon.
There he is, James. Passion. The calls are always so passionate. So appreciate that from him. Yeah, I've said this yesterday about Aaron Glenn, and I'll say this again before we go back to the phone lines. I don't know if this is going to translate to winning. I don't know that. I don't. However, Aaron Glenn's a different man at these press conferences this year. He learned from that, and we can only hope that if he has learned from this, then hopefully he's learned on the field as well. Aaron Glenn is treating the media differently. He's explaining his whys. Like, for instance, here's just a random example. If you guys did not see the latest AG presser, okay? So the Jets had practice on Wednesday, first practice training camp. They had a practice yesterday, second training camp practice. They had the day off today. Rich Samini said it's unusual for the third day of training camp for there to be an open, like that to be a day off. And Aaron Glenn, and he said, and Rich is like, can you explain that, AG? And AG explained this whole process, which, by the way, to me, I was like, whoa, that makes plenty of sense. That he talked about being on and off and building up. He says, my job is to get these Warriors ready for the regular season. So day one, they get no more than 24 reps. Day two, they get no more than 30 reps. They have day off for recovery. Day three, they come back for 40 reps. And he explained the whole process, laid it all out for the entire offseason. And look how I build them all the way up. And then in theory, they're ready for the regular season because they're ready for 70 snaps a game. And I went, wow, that totally makes sense. And he says, hopefully that makes sense. Like, he's been just so genuine. He's been authentic. He's been explaining things. Again, that doesn't mean he's going to be the greatest coach of all time. Does not mean they're going to go 17-0. But if he learned that lesson, who knows what other lessons there are to be learned? That's basically the point. So, I hope he continues to carry all of this, quite frankly. By the way, just received confirmation from Colin that he is in for 2 raffle tickets to the contest, baby. Let's freaking go with that $50 Zell drop. So, Colin, you're in the running, my friend. Congratulations. Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Jets. Jets. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Good job.
And Colin will also be purchasing 3 tailgate tickets to the tailgate. Phenomenal. So he's in the raffle. Hey, maybe I could win some action and buy 3 tailgate tickets. Terrific. Once this contest settles, again, today's your final day to submit raffle tickets. We've been talking about it for the Jets-Browns game. Once that settles and clears the air and we announce a win on Sunday, I will reassess the ticket packages and tailgate packages and see everything that we have together. And I will let you guys know, hey guys, we only have 20 tickets left. Good luck. Like, get it while the getting's good, because once it sells out, it'll be gone. So we'll focus on all of that once we finish the raffle giveaway, which again wraps up today. Jets Browns week 5, Sunday, October 11th. 2 tickets, section 118, 2 field access tickets, 2 full tailgate passes. Good Lord. Can't say all the words. $25. But I'm fired up just like James, baby. I am so freaking fired up. Let's go. All righty. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Hey, James said he was on this guy's show for over an hour. That's commitment. Let's bring him in. Ricky, New York.
How's it going, Paul? And yes, he certainly was, man. We had a very nice showing from the coffee club that night. We had NC Green, we had James, we had a bunch of coffee club members the other night. So that was really nice to see. And thank you for everybody who joined.
Hey, real quick, I see this. I just have to interrupt. William is sending a $20 super chat, and now he has a second raffle ticket to our contest. Zariah Luna.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. This has been one of the most scintillating shows of all time, baby. Aaron Glenn.
I do. That's who.
Oh, man. Every time I hear that, I want to run through a friggin' wall for this guy. And I know that some people don't care for him, but like, well, then move over because I do. I freaking love AG. So I love that speech. Here's Philium's $20 super chat, which again, now you have 2 raffle tickets to contest. Thank you, Philium. He says, I felt your energy at this year's draft. It was by far the most exciting of my life. I'm about to turn 65, and I've been a Jet fan since I was wearing diapers, and will be when I have to again. Shouts to Lou B and Johnny Boy. Yes, Johnny Boy and Snowball will, of course, be at our tailgate for the Week 5 Jets game. They should also be at the restaurant takeover the night before. Lou B should be at both of those as well. So, Philium, good luck. I'd love to meet you. I know we're going to meet because you're going to be at the Jets-Titans game, so we'll see you there. But I'd love to see you again for Jets-Browns. I want to see all of you guys as much as humanly possible. So, Philium, again, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Good luck in the contest. We'll be drawing that winner again on Sunday, October 2nd. We would draw it tomorrow, but I'm going to training camp, so I don't want to shortchange it. So we'll draw it on Sunday when I'm back in the studio live with all kinds of training camp takeaways. And good luck to everybody out there in the audience. Ricky's in that contest as well. So, Philium, thank you for the kind words. I loved being at the draft. And again, thank you to Lou B for giving me the opportunity to even go, which is great. And like I said, I wanted to do you guys all proud of being at that event and giving you guys as much energy as my body could contain. That is for sure. All right, Ricky, sorry. What is on your mind, my friend?
Oh, listen, perfectly okay. And I kind of echo what James was saying. We had that conversation last night, or the other night about the corners. I had the same discussion with somebody else last night. And somebody asked me, like, what is a Jets player that you are not as high on as most people are? And we ended up doing one from each side of the ball. My answer immediately was Brandon Stevens. And I was like, Rich Cimini says he cemented himself as a starter. I know his PFF grade down the stretch was better, but he gave up the most passing touchdowns, which they don't talk about that stat, which is not good. And I don't see why everybody just automatically assumes that he's a starter. If AZ outplays him, put the best guys out there. And conversely, on the other side of the ball, it was Braylon Allen. Longest career run, 25 yards. Brees can do that a couple of times in a quarter when he's hitting on all cylinders. So those were the 2 guys I picked out. But that being said, man, listen, I'm really encouraged by everything we're seeing so far. Up until yesterday, everyone was going, oh, what's going on with David Bailey? He was a number 2 pick and nobody's talking about him. Well, they're talking about him now. So
that's true.
Buckle up, folks. And so listen, I'm real fired up today. My daughter's getting ready to take me to a movie. And,
Ooh, nice. Where are you guys going? What movie?
Spider-Man.
Oh my God, I want to see that so bad.
Look at this fucking Spider-Man.
That's a sweet shirt. I've never seen a shirt like that. That's sweet. Wow.
And so yeah, I absolutely had to wear this today. And but man, listen, I'm fired up for this year. I can't wait to get things rolling, and I'm liking everything I see. And so real quick, I'm not going to take up a whole bunch of time, but I wanted to give you a quick update. Now I'm only 6 subscribers away from hitting my goal of 400. So I'm getting real close here.
Hey, well, make sure when you get a chance, you put it in the YouTube comment section, whenever you get a second while you're here on the show, and we will put it on the screen. Make it even easier for people to see. And the clicking, maybe you could put it in, then they could just click and jump over to it. But we could definitely get you there live on the show here, Ricky.
Yeah, and for anybody who might be curious, interested in my show, I've got some exciting news about Ricky New York Live that over the last 24 hours last night, I got not 1, not 2, but 3 different confirmations of guests that will be coming up on the show. On Tuesday the 4th, I have Ryan Ward from the Jets Ward will be joining me. The following Tuesday on the 11th, I have Joe Blewett will be joining me.
I love Joe. Nice. Okay.
And 2 days after that, on the 13th, I have Omari Brown will be joining me.
Omari. I met him at the Gangrene Beach Club. He's coming on the show in the future. I love Omari. Great.
Yeah. So man, yeah, I'm looking real forward to all those. Looking forward to bringing some good Jets content, and I wanted to say thank you to all the people that follow me on X who made the journey over to YouTube and joined over the last week. It doesn't matter where you're watching. I appreciate everybody who's given me the support.
So, people, we're only 5 subscribers away right now from Ricky New York Live hitting that number. So that's right there on your screen. We have 300 people in the room. Can we do it? Can we just push him over the top live here on the show? A fellow Jets content creator. Subscribe right now if you're listening or watching the show. If you're listening after the fact, you can also subscribe after the fact. Feel free to do so. That is youtube.com/@ Ricky New York Live. @ Ricky, RICKIENEWYORKLIVE. So New York spelled out, and then the Ricky ends with a IE. Make sure you guys subscribe right now to the channel. Support a fellow Jets content creator. Of course, Ricky joins this very program here on a week-to-week basis, talking all things New York Jets. So show your love, everybody. Cheers to a fellow Jets content creator, and let's hop on over. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on all the success, Ricky. That's amazing.
Right on. And everybody have a tremendous weekend, and let's go Jets.
There he is, Ricky New York Live, baby. There you go. Again, it's right there on your screen. Go ahead and subscribe. Jump on over. Show your love here on the program. That would be spectacular. We're now 4 subscribers away. 4 people away. Come on now. Just 4 people away from Ricky New York Live reaching 400 subscribers on YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we have 300 people watching the show across our social media platforms, including 82 on YouTube. Are one of you 80 plus people on YouTube not subscribed yet to Ricky New York Live? Well, hop on over right now and hit that subscribe button for New York Jets live content. We're 1 away. We're at $3.99. We're 1 away. Can I get a 1? Well, 1 going once, 1 going twice, 2 going once, going twice. Yeah. That guy at the the auction say we're at $3.99 right now. We need one more. I need one more from the audience. Just one more. Uno mas to get over the 400 barrier. Can we get one more mas in the audience? One more. I'm hitting that refresh button. Can we get one more? And we hit it. 400 subscribers for Ricky New York Live. Let's go, Jet fans. Let's go. Yeah.
So for a team that didn't have Indiana, so a little more help for Gangrene.
Congratulations, Ricky. You have hit the 400 subscriber plateau, baby. Boom, boom, boom. We're at 401 now. There you go, Ricky. Congratulations. A little tush push over the top. There you go, Ricky. All right, there we go. A little booyah. Baboomcha. There you go. Nice. A little nudge. Beautiful. Ricky New York Live. Nice. Congratulations. You handsome bastard. You're in. By the way, you want to know who else is in? Shout out to Colin. He is in even more. Let's go.
It's J-E-T-S, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Our boy Colin, Sierra Miro. He just pented. He just punched in 3 full ticket packages to the Jets-Browns game. He's in for the raffle, so he could potentially win even more ticket packages. But he just bought 3 for him and his family. So, Colin, thank you for coming to the Jets-Browns game. That's very meaningful. Appreciate that. And you will have details here shortly. Excellent. We're going to be putting together our seating chart here in August, and then tickets will be distributed in August. So, Colin, congratulations, sir. You are in. Cisco, you are in. We sold 4 ticket packages today, so thank you guys very much. Again, we're going to push this even more after the raffle. I don't want to confuse people with too many things cooking here in the kitchen, but Colin, you are officially in this thing, so absolutely congratulations. Thank you. And so there's no raffle tickets here. You are officially in. You are coming to the Jets-Browns game, which I'm very excited about. And that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I just love it. I love it. Here it is, by the way. Here are all the details for those of you who are in the audience and you don't win the raffle, or you just want to come. You don't want to even spend it on the raffle. You want to just officially be there. We are selling $300 ticket packages for the Jets-Browns game. And here's everything that comes with it. You get a Section 118. You get to sit with me, Woody, and a bunch of great Jet fans, coffee club members, or special club members. That's pretty cool. You get to party in the parking lot before the game. Chef Kevin Gilbert is cooking an amazing menu of food. I'll show you guys that later. And you can have all that wonderful food and hang out with Jet fans before the game in a parking lot. We'll let you know what parking lot section in the future. So that would be great. And all the people in attendance at the tailgate, the 100 people, because there's a cap. Once we reach 100 people sold, it's gone. We won't have any more tickets left. You each will get a custom rally towel, Jets, Browns, Boy Green's face on it, Jets Worldwide, Woody. It's going to be awesome. And you guys will get that. So you get the rally towel. You get the ticket to the game in the 100s. You get, of course, the food and drink before the game. It's going to be a party like nothing else. And we've already sold more tailgate tickets this year than we sold last year. So the party's going to be even bigger and better than ever. So Cisco Lopez, welcome. Colin, you and your family, welcome. Like I said, we'll sell the final not raffle tickets, the final game ticket tailgate packages after we finish off the raffle, which again is coming up on Sunday, August 2nd. That is when we will draw that specific winner. Wow. What a freaking show. Unbelievable. Congrats to Ricky on jumping on over there. Craig Mechanic says he was number 401 on the sheet. Number 1 in the heart, but number 401 on the sheet for old Ricky New York Live, which is great. Shout out to Ricky. He's at 402 now. So, Ricky, good luck with the rest of your journey. That is amazing. So, Ricky New York Live. Congratulations to a fellow optimistic Jets fan out there in the audience. Let's go. Beautiful. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This was the final 7:30 show. And it was a hell of a show. I've enjoyed this show. We're going to keep doing it just earlier and more, quite frankly. So we're going to be starting at 7 a.m. starting tomorrow, and then moving forward, we'll draw the winner of this amazing raffle. So thank you, everybody, for all the combinations from Jared B gifting a membership, Jake Asman Super Chat, Cisco Super Chat, Lou B Super Chat, NY Jets Fandom celebrating 2 years as a member on this channel. Thank you. NC Green Super Chat, Izzy Jet with $100 Super Chat. Good Lord. Austria with 10 memberships. Tennessee Jet with a Super Chat. Rob Daniels Super Chat. Izzy Jet Super Chat. Philia with a Super Chat. You guys are amazing. The more you give, the more you can help support this show. So an amazing, amazing show. Tomorrow, Boy Green is heading to training camp, baby. Let's go. I'm so fired up. I'm so electrified. I can't wait to see what Jets players are going to be blowing up. I'll be right there, honey. Or we're just celebrating real quick because we're going to Jets training camp, honey. We're going to the Jets training camp. Well, you're not. I am. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So Jets training camp. Kids are up. So I got a dip. But today was the final 7:30 show. Tomorrow, Boyd Green Dailies will shift to 7 a.m. Eastern time starting tomorrow and moving forward. Hope you guys can check us out for that. I'll be at Jets training camp tomorrow with pictures, videos, all kinds of things. Pay attention to my social media and YouTube here. We'll have you covered for everything. And then after practice, we're heading up to the Asmaniac Jets training camp meet up with Chef Kev at the Cloverleaf Tavern, Caldwell, New Jersey. It'll be from like 11 to 3. There'll be Jet fans and content creators and all kinds of things. It's going to be friggin' amazing. I'll be traveling later this afternoon. Again, thank you guys for all the support on this channel. Thank you for all the love. And let's go Jets. David Bailey, the day of David Bailey. Blessed be he. Let's go. And thank you to Frankie V for making his first appearance on Boyd Green Daily. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Take care.